Well, the penultimate heat race of the night for our production sedans is all go. Into turn number one for the first time, Wayne Leviston and Tom Wild from the front row. Three modified sedans starting half a lap behind the field as they work their way out of turn two and down the back straight. Leviston and Tom Wild side by side as enter turn number three. Nathan Carter with them as well in car number 142, and Clinton Thayer in car number 4. The production sedans flying around the Make-Spoken History Bunbury Speedway. The state title here about 3 months ago was an outstanding event. Dramatic old A-main we saw on that Sunday night. But Tom Wild, whose car was smoking earlier in tonight's program, leads. He had a heat win, as did Clinton Thayer, the number 4 driver from Albany, is already up into third place down the inside of Wayne Leviston. And a good battle for third and fourth. Leviston, after starting on the front row with some work to do, he's got Letitia Hammond right behind him. And also the 71 of Darren Blight as the yellow caution lights have come on. Chris Porter has come to a stop in car number 75, the purple Ford Falcon on the exit of turn number 4. We'll pick him up with a single file restart very shortly here in heat number 3 of the production sedans. Only 4 heats tonight for our productions, 2 per driver, ahead of their main event, which will be over 15 laps later this evening. Single file restart here in heat number 3. Tom Wild leads Nathan Carter, Clinton Thayer, Wayne Leviston, Letitia Hammond, Terry Main, and Tyler Sporting. 3 modifieds of Adam Howson, Matt Noakes, and Kevin Element starting half a lap behind the rest of the field. Terry Main definitely overlapping there at the Witch's Hat. Not sure if the official saw that one. But all of a sudden, Nathan Carter in car number 142 challenging Tom Wild for the race lead. Carter now hits the front in car number 142. A resident of Capel, his cousin Morgan tells me, is Tom Wild and Clinton Thayer side by side. Thayer around the outside, up into second place. Tom Wild trying to work the bottom, trying to go back with him. But Clinton Thayer, a nice move up into second. Wayne Leviston sits in fourth from Letitia Hammond. And Terry Main has fell back to sixth place early in this second round of heat racing for our production sedans. As I mentioned, a 15-lap feature race to come later in the program as Clinton Thayer now ranges up alongside of Nathan Carter. Holden versus Ford into turn number 1. Thayer on the bottom, Carter on the outside. They're side by side as they exit turn number 2. And Nathan Carter goes back to the front. I think Clinton Thayer might have some problems with his Holden Commodore. He's limping to the infield. And Clinton Thayer's race is running 1. He takes car number 4 to the infield. The Scott spray painting entry from Albany now retires. So Nathan Carter all of a sudden has a one-way battle going on between himself and a smoking Tom Wild. Bit of a smoke screen going around the Make-Spoken History Bunbury Speedway at the moment. But Nathan Carter still leads. As they come out of turn number 4, Tom Wild ranges back alongside of Carter. Wild in the Commodore, Carter in the Falcon. Further back to Wayne Leviston, Letitia Hammond. Terry Main is now 5th from Tyler Spalding. And the fast closing 3 modified sedans. But Tom Wild and Nathan Carter continue their great battle for the race lead as they enter turn number 3, Catalano Corner, and down the front straight in front of a very healthy crowd for this big Speedway Sedan show brought to you by Make-Spoken History. Carter and Wild side by side. The racetrack absolutely outstanding. You can run high or you can run the bottom side of the racetrack as Tom Wild is doing. Just tried to take the line a little bit away from Nathan Carter as they exited turn number 2. They nearly bang wheels as they enter Catalano Corner and down the main straight. Carter on the outside, Wild on the low line. They're side by side still as they enter turn number 1. Wayne Leviston 3rd from Letitia Hammond as the modified sedans work their way through the production sedan field led by Matt Noakes, Adam Howson and Kevin Element. But Carter and Wild really turning on the action here in this production sedan heat race. All of the production sedan heat races tonight, 10 laps in duration. This is event number 26 on your program. And Nathan Carter doing an outstanding job in car number 142 from Tom Wild, Wayne Leviston, Letitia Hammond and Terry Main, your top 5 in the production sedans. But checker flag out this time around. Nathan Carter gets the better of the battle between himself and Tom Wild and scores the victory in car number 142 from Tom Wild. Wayne Leviston will be 3rd in 86 from the 7 of Letitia Hammond. Then the 3 modified sedans of Matt Noakes, Adam Houston and Kevin Element. Tyler Spalding just slowing there in the concluding stages in car number 27. But Nathan Carter will be happy with his performance so far tonight. Car number 142, sporting a few battle scars from tonight's racing, particularly on that right rear corner of the AU Falcon, car number 142.